Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Simon.
And I am a rail enthusiast who loves going up and down the country, riding on the trains, filming and taking photos of them as well. These videos of my railway journeys can differ sometimes as they can go to plan or will go bad.
Welcome to Simon Trains Railway Journeys. Hello everyone, welcome to the Premier Inn in Stirling. Now we're going to play a little game of sorts, but it's going to be a very interesting vlog because the following stations I shall be visiting are these. Here, and here. Now we're going to play something called Glasgow Roulette. So basically I brought this track atlas up with me, Mainline Britain. And in it is literally Glasgow itself, the Glasgow area. That little square in the middle is Glasgow, it is like Central and Queen Street and all that. So basically this map covers from Kilpatrick, Milngavie, Paisley St James, Paisley Gilbert Street, Barhead, Neilston, East Kilbride, the Cathcart Circle, the Hamilton Central, Elbows, Shilmere, Wishaw, Cleveland on the Shotts line, Drumgellic on the Airdrie Bathgate line, Cumbernauld and Croy. Now, Ben, I'm watching a live stream on Friday called Facebook Friday, which is on MRYCG, the Modern Railway YouTube community group. Sometimes they do competitions and they do like prizes. Now, you enter yourself and then you get put in this like Wheel of Fortune kind of thing. So there's a website called Wheel of Names. So what I've done is, you will see this in the last blog, but this is www.wheelofnames.com. And basically every station apart from Glasgow, Queen Street and Central are listed here. So you've got Kelvindale, Withfleet, Corker Hill, Singer, Alexander Parade, Airbulbs, Clarkson, Mount Florida, White Craigs, Hillfoot, Highland, and so on. So we're going to have a practice spin first to show you what the spin is going to be. So we're just going to shuffle them around, right? And then if I press Control and Enter, the wheel will spin. Oh yeah, I've got to put the sound on. Oh no, the sound is on. So I'm going to spin the wheel now. This is just a practice spin, so I'm not visiting this station. And it's going to land on Coatbridge Central. So if I was doing a blog, I would go to Coatbridge Central, but I'm not because this was a practice spin. Now we are going to be doing the proper spin. So these spins that I'm doing are pre-recorded, so I can plan this on the sheet. So we're going to be doing the first spin now. So our first station we'll be visiting today is Ballaston. I think that's how you say it, or Ballaston. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to get the 0916 off Stirling to get to Glasgow Queen Street. Then I'm going to be changing to Glasgow Queen Street to get to Partick, and then Partick all the way to Ballaston. So that's what we're going to be doing first. So we made it to Stirling station now. Now this station was actually designed by James Miller. Now it's not...
Of the platform edge, fast train approaching.
Get to that in a second, but anyway, quickly, this is not one of James Miller's best works, because his best works was Queen's Bay. Now we're going to be waiting for the 0960, which is running late, to Glasgow Queen Street. Now unfortunately the unit is 17401. I'm going to see what this fast train is approaching now. Okay, so we made it to Glasgow Queen Street. Now before I carry on saying what we're doing is, those Top Hotel Class 66 that Stirling I've got is actually a nuclear flash train. I started at Carlisle Kingmoor this morning. It's all going to Georgemas Junction, which is basically a freight on the far north line, north of Inverness. Now this Class 334, which is, they're lovely units by the way. They work the Edinburgh Waverley to Hensborough services, which we're actually on one. But I'm only going to Partick on it. They do other services in the Glasgow area as well, but you may find these on the Hensborough to Edinburgh services. So I'm going to Partick, we're going to change trains, and then we're going to get a train to Bolliston. We're just leaving Glasgow Queen Street low level now, heading that way. Now made it to Partick, where I'll be changing trains to get to Bolliston.
The next train on platform 1 will be the...
Fortunate though, I think it might be a few minutes late, but it won't be affected much because this Airdrie train that they're calling is running a bit late. But anyway, we're going to have just over an hour at Bolliston before we go to the next location, which will be revealed at Bolliston.
Williston.
I'm now in the waiting shelter of the first of 4 stations we visited today. We only visited 4 stations, but the other 3 that I visited are still secret till they're unveiled at the stations, which will be revealing the next one after the history of this station, because the original station is actually much further down there, heading towards Withfleet. Now, the line was built between 1864 to 1866 by the Caledonian Railway, known as the branch line from Rutherglen to Coatbridge. The first station opened on 8th of January 1866, but that station closed on the 5th of October 1964. However, the current station opened on the 4th of October 1993. So we are going to be unveiling the next station we're visiting now, which is congratulations, Kenny's Head. So we're going to Kenny's Head. Now what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be catching the 1207 off here back to Glasgow Central low level. But then I'm going to Glasgow Central high level to catch the train to Kenny's Head that way at 12:57. So I've got a few more trains here to film. Basically class 320s and class 318s. Then we're going to be moving down to Glasgow. Unfortunately, I'm in this waiting shelter because it is 43 miles per hour winds here. And it has been raining as well, but it's not raining at the moment. Anyway, to film more trains. We're now at Glasgow Central. My train to Barhead has just arrived at 12:57 departure. Now this will take me to Kenny's Head, which is our next station. I'm at the next railway station, the second station of the day, Kenny's Head. Now if you love Class 156 diesel multiple units, this is the station to come because they are stopping services between Glasgow Central and Barhead, but then there are also fast services from Glasgow Central to Kilmarnock. Some go to Carlisle, and I think some also go to Stranraer as well. But they can't get to Carlisle because the line between Kilmarnock and Dumfries is blocked because of a landslide, because they've had storms up here as well. Bit of storm damage. But the history of this station is quite interesting because it's had a load of name changes. But this was opened by the Glasgow, Barhead and Kilmarnock Joint Railway on the 27th of September 1848 as Croft Head. The 1st of August 1850 was renamed to Kenny's Head and Falleye Bank. The 1st of May 1852 was renamed to Kenny's Head and Spears Bridge. The 1st of January 1855 was renamed to Kenny's Head and Spears Bridge, and on the 1st of May 1859 it was renamed to Kenny's Head. We're about 4.5 miles from Glasgow Central Station. So, we'll be leaving Glasgow at 14:05 to head back to Glasgow. We're not leaving Glasgow, we're heading back to Glasgow Central from Kenny's Head. And we're going to be unveiling the third station we're visiting now, which is Moss Park, which is actually on the Paisley Canal branch. So that's where we're going next. Anyway, let's see some more Class 156s.
before we film some passing trains come through, I'm going to tell you this bizarre story I saw. Right, up there is a CCTV camera, right? Now, it looks at this part over here, this waiting shed. There's a guy that had a carrier bag, he wrapped it around the fence over there, climbed over the fence into that woodland to pick something up. And next bit over the tannoy, they say, can you please get back over the fence? From the control room at Glasgow, or Paisley, I can't remember where it was, but... So basically, they're saying, oh, you might be on CCTV and all that, and I just feel that bizarre because I don't think that's their rail property, that woodland over there. Or, so he just climbed over the fence to pick something up, and he got notice on CCTV and they told him to get over the fence. It's one of those things I wish I did film, but it was a spare of the moment. But anyway, we've got a few more fast to Kilmarnock, and then I'll go over the footbridge to catch my train back to Glasgow. We're now somewhere interesting. We're on the Paisley Canal branch at Moss Park. Paisley Canal's that way and Corker Hill's that way. But it does look a very interesting area. There's like a river next door to this
branch line station. I don't think you can just see it there, but it's more housing estate here. But this history of this station is quite different because it wasn't opened by a pre-grouping railway like the Caledonian Railway, the Glasgow South Western, etc. This station was owned by the London, Midland and Scottish Railway on the 1st of March 1934. However, this was actually named Moss Park West, but there was no Moss Park East station. Now, British Rail renamed the station to Moss Park on the 6th of May 1974, but the station closed on the 10th of January 1983. Now, the line was kept open for freight until the 28th of July 1990 when the station reopened. So we're just going to be here for just over an hour, or I might just be here for the hour and then I'll go to Paisley Canal and then come back, or I might just stay and go straight back to Glasgow. But after that, we're going to announce our last station we will be visiting. So let's spin that wheel now. And our last station is Motherwell. So after this we'll go back to Glasgow Central, or I could go to Paisley Canal then back to Glasgow that way, because to be honest I'm actually waiting for the same train. So if I wait here to go back to Glasgow Central, it'd be the same train that's going to Paisley Canal. We'll see anyway, but then once I get back to Glasgow Central, I'm going to be taking the Avanti service to Motherwell. Right, I decided I'm actually going to get the 1552 to Paisley Canal and then take that train from Paisley Canal back to Glasgow Central. It's basically the same train I'm waiting for here, which is at 1612. So I'm actually, yes, no, 1613. So if I stay here, I've got an extra 20 minutes to wait for the train to come back from Paisley Canal. So I'm going to take that train to Paisley Canal and then we'll go back to Glasgow that way. So we made it to Paisley Canal. We're not stopping here though, we're roughly about 5 minutes here, then we'll go back on that train back to Glasgow Central. But if I waited at Moss Park, I was just waiting for this train to come back from Moss Park, to be honest. So that's why I've just decided to take a journey to Paisley Canal and back. So go back to Glasgow Central now to get to Motherwell. So this is the last station of the day, Motherwell. Now I won't do the history of Motherwell station because when I'm standing you don't get to hear announcements. So unexpectedly you could get a train right now passing through. The announcement's a bit further down but a bit more quieter I think. But we've got 2 trains in about 5 minutes. So we're going to be doing some filming here, but then we'll leave at 6:15 because I want to get there's a train that starts at Anderston and it goes to Carstairs and I want to get a photo of that and get it on film before I leave Motherwell to go back to Glasgow. Once I get back to Glasgow I'm actually going back to Stirling by Glasgow Queen Street. I'm going to walk it there. So this is the last station of the day we're filming at. I did want to get one more station in but it was getting dark and I didn't want to get to a station that there was so many passing trains through. So enjoy the trains here at Motherwell. We've also got a big lake over there because that area is absolutely flooded. And yes, so we're going to film our trains now at Motherwell. I think that unit's a bit lost. That's a London North Western Railway Class 350-0. But it is on hire to Transpennine until I think the end of March. And then they're being cascaded to London North Western Railways. That's what I've heard, but don't know what the latest issue is on that.
and Glasgow Central. This train platform 1 will be the 1749 service to Glasgow, calling at Kingmoor, Wishaw, Partick and Glasgow. This train is formed of 6 carriages.
Right, I left on the 1817 but not on the train I wanted because apparently that one to Glasgow Central's delayed. So I'm on 2F11, the 1817 to Downmuir, which is 320, 310 and 320, 311. That gets me to Glasgow. Sorry about this. Glasgow Central 1852. I got to rush over to Queen Street to get the, I think it's the 1909 to Stirling. But I can get it just in time, I think. Bus link that takes you from Glasgow Central to Glasgow Queen Street and Mechanical Station. Now, I had to get into Glasgow late because the train I was going to catch at 1817 from Lanark to Glasgow was cancelled at Motherwell. That's why I took the 320s to Glasgow Central low level. Now, if I walked it from Glasgow to Central to Queen Street, I would have missed the 1907, so this is why I'm getting the bus. So as soon as I get off this bus, I think it's going to be leg it onto the platform and see if we can try and get that 1907 Stirling. If not, I do have a backup plan. Made it!
I'm now back in the Premier Inn in Stirling again. Like I said, I'm going to be here till Saturday morning and then I'll be going back home. But today another plan went well, apart from a last minute change. Well, 2 changes actually, but one was minor. So we started off this morning leaving Stirling. Well, should have been leaving out at 09:16, but the train was late. It did not affect me too much, but I'm happy that the train was late because I did get the Carlisle Kingmoor to Georgemas Junction nuclear flash train working, which was a nice bonus for me and a nice bonus for you as well, because that was roughly going to pass the same time as the train was supposed to arrive, so that was good seeing that. Oh yes, top and tail DRS 6060s, but it was brilliant to see. So we went over to Partick, went over to Paisley. Apart from the rain, well, even though the rain did stop, it was still a nice station to film at. So Paisley was good. Went over to Glasgow Central to get to Kennyhead. Kennyhead was good again, but all you get there is 1560 EMUs, half an hour service to Barhead, half an hour service to Glasgow Central, and you got half an hour fast Kilmarnocks. Even though I was supposed to go to Glasgow, but due to the landslip between Kilmarnock and Dumfries, they had to terminate them at Kilmarnock, and then the Carlisle ones would be terminated at Dumfries, and then you had to get a bus between the 2 stations. But other than that, that was good. They went to Boss Park, that was good again, but I did have to deviate the plan a little bit because I was waiting for the 1612, but I just went to Paisley Canal, then got the 1612 Paisley Canal back, which was the same train anyway. But they did swap the units because it was 318-269 and they put 318-254 on it. So that was good. Station. And then went over to Glasgow, got the Avanti West Coast service to Motherwell. Motherwell was quite good, even though it was getting dark early. It did rain as well, but other than that, it was still good. But then they cancelled the 1817, which was 2B95 from Motherwell to Glasgow Central. Now, apparently left Lanark late because a passenger was taken ill, which is understandable, and they had to deal with that, so it was a serious. I hope the person's alright. But apparently got to Motherwell, they cancelled it. So with 3 minutes to spare, I had to make up a plan quickly to get the 2F11 1870 Downmuir, which went by Hamilton to Glasgow Central low level. Then I had to get the bus over to Glasgow Queen Street, because if I walked it there I would have missed the Dundee train that stopped at Stirling. And I still managed to get that Dundee train. And then I just did a live stream at Stirling and then that's it. Tomorrow's plan was supposed to be doing Falkirk Grayson, was supposed to be doing Carstairs, which was what I'd been after for a long while, North Queens Ferry, Dunbar, Musselburgh, but that's going to be scrapped. Because when I'm supposed to be at Carstairs tomorrow, light rain with 53 mile an hour winds. No thank you. So we're going to be doing Friday's plan tomorrow instead, because I have checked the weather. Okay, yes, it's raining in the afternoon where I'm going to be, but it's more getawayable in the morning. So this is Friday's plan that I'm doing tomorrow now. So we're going to start off at Slayford first. Then we're going to go to Carmussy. Then I'm going to go to Drem. And then finish off at Preston Pads. Or I may go to Preston Pads first and finish off at Drem. So that's the plan for tomorrow. But like I said, if the weather improves tomorrow, I may stick to the Thursday plan. If not, it'd be the Friday plan. You'll find out in the next vlog anyway. So hope you enjoyed this Glasgow Roulette, which was, like I said, the spins were pre-planned because I had to plan it so I can plan the trip. But maybe in the future we may do a Birmingham Roulette, a Manchester Roulette, and so on. So I'm going to end this vlog now. Hopefully you enjoyed it. This blog has been terminated Stirling again. Thank you for travelling with Side Trains, and we'll see you for either Thursday's plan or Friday's plan.